What's going on, guys? Welcome back to DC Plays, and today we have a Fastlane review which will be complete with WWE 2K17 gameplay of the Kevin Owens Goldberg match. Obviously it's going to be longer than the actual match that happened on the pay-per-view, but we'll get to that in a bit. Firstly, I'll admit I didn't watch the pre-show. I never watched the pre-show, so I'm not going to say anything. The show started up with Sami Zayn taking on Samoa Joe. I thought this was a good match. I think it went just under 10 minutes. I wish it had a bit more time, but it made Joe look really strong. Sami Zayn is just fantastic at selling moves. He really is. I'd love to see him get a push, but I can't see that happening for a while. Did a great job of solidifying Samoa Joe as the Destroyer. So, thumbs up to that. It was a great match. Next up was the Raw Tag Team Championship match between the Club and Enzo and Cass. I thought this was also a good match. A very basic tag match in terms of Enzo was having the crap kicked out of him for probably 90% of it, and he also took the pin. The finish, obviously, that gives them a chance to get their rematch, which they actually had last night on Raw. And now they're going, Enzo and Cass facing Sheamus and Cesaro next week for a chance to face the Club at WrestleMania for the Tag Team Championship. Honestly, I can see this ending up being like a double count out, double disqualification, something like that. I just have that feeling. So yeah, that match was good. Next up was Sasha Banks versus Nia Jax. I'll be honest, I didn't really pay much attention to this match. I didn't really care about it. We saw this at Royal Rumble pre-show. Again, I didn't watch it, but it wasn't something I was particularly interested in. I've heard reports that it wasn't a great match. I know that Sasha won through a roll-up, which is a bit disappointing, really. So, that's nothing you can do there. Like I said, didn't really watch it. Next up was two impromptu matches back-to-back. Cesaro defeating Jinder Mahal and Big Show defeating Rusev. Why would you have filler matches on a pay-per-view? On a pay-per-view, it just made it feel like a Sunday night version of Raw, just with random matches thrown in. Again, with these two, I didn't really pay much attention, so for 3 matches in a row, I kind of lost interest. Next up was the Cruiserweight Championship match, Neville versus Jack Gallagher. This was a fantastic match. Neville won with the Red Arrow, which we haven't seen him do for a while, pretty much ever since he came back and turned heel. And then last night on Raw, you had Austin Aries attack Neville, so that will probably set up a match for WrestleMania, which I'm fine with. I think that'll be a hell of a match. Next up was Roman Reigns beating Braun Strowman. This match over-delivered. This was a fantastic match for the two that were involved. I really enjoyed it. Especially that table spot. I don't think Roman winning clean should have been the outcome. It doesn't necessarily hurt Strowman, but in the long run it could. Well, actually no, I don't think it will. I think that's just all speculation from a lot of people. I would have preferred The Undertaker maybe interfering, but, you know, that's nothing you can do. That happened on Raw. Strowman called out Reigns. Undertaker came. I don't know why Undertaker came out. Strowman just sort of backed down. And then, yeah. And then Strowman backed down, then Reigns came out. It's a weird one, he got chokeslammed, so that's basically setting up their match for WrestleMania. The penultimate match on the card was Bayley versus Charlotte for the Raw Women's Championship. Again, this was a good match. But I think the ending ruined it. You know, Sasha getting involved. It would have been better if they just DQ'd it. Charlotte wins, keeps the pay-per-view streak alive, doesn't win the championship back. And then she's finally beaten at WrestleMania. And when I say beaten at WrestleMania, I mean she's pinned at WrestleMania. And that's now transformed into a triple threat match at WrestleMania. Excuse me. Which is Bayley, Charlotte, and Sasha. And I've heard rumours that it's going to be a Face 4-Way involving Nia Jax as well. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. And then finally the main event, Goldberg versus Kevin Owens for the Universal Championship. The entrances, the stare downs, the ring introductions, they all lasted longer than the match. Why? At a pay-per-view in 2017 involving Kevin Owens, why the hell was it a 20... Well, I've read rumours that it's 22 and or 24. I'm going to go with 22. A 22-second match for a championship. Like, it's bullshit. I have no issue with Goldberg winning, because he is going to drop it to Lesnar at Mania. We know that. But you've just ruined... Kevin Owens had the best heel run between Royal Rumble and Fastlane in his championship reign, and you take it away in 22 seconds. I mean, I've heard rumours that Goldberg Lesnar's going to main event Mania. If it's going to be another if it's going to be an under 5-minute match, it cannot main event WrestleMania. On Raw last night, we had a couple of matches announced. Jericho versus Owens for the United States Championship, and Charlotte versus Sasha versus Bayley, which I already mentioned, for the Women's Championship. Goldberg versus Lesnar for the Universal Championship, and then Bray Wyatt versus AJ Styles or Randy Orton, which we will find out about tonight on SmackDown. But all in all, not Survivor Series, Fastlane, it was good in parts, like Samoa Joe, the Cruiserweights, Reigns, Strowman. They were all good matches, but the rest of the card was ruined by filler matches, poor booking, and just stupid things. I mean, I understand that Kevin Owens was the winner because was the loser because Jericho interfered, but Owens took one spear, one jackhammer, done. Like, I don't know. What's done is done, and I think Owens will win the championship at Mania from Jericho, so that's all we got to do. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.